qualified business income means for any taxable year, the net amount of qualified items of income, gain, deduction, and loss with respect to a qualified trade or business. We're going to get to the definition of that in just a minute. And it will not include REIT dividends or PTP income. The reason for that is REIT dividends and PTP incomes is treated separately under QBI, and they get their own calculations for that. They do count in the QBI deduction, just not in the regular qualified business income. They get treated separately. Let's go to our next slide here. Rental real estate rising to the level of a trade or business. Rising to the level of a trade or business for rental real estate purposes, well, for any business purposes, it has to meet the IRC code 162 definition of a trade or business, which means regular and continuous and in the pursuit of a profit. You noticed I did not say had to make a profit. To be a qualified trade or business, it must be regularly and continuously in business. Okay, it doesn't say how long, continuously. Maybe I put it in business in October of a tax year, but it was still in business in January the following year. Okay, regular, you're out there regularly trying to generate some income and in the pursuit of profit. Now, this is the big one with rental property that a lot of people get confused, and they say, well, how many people do you know who carry rental properties every year that have losses every single year over year over year? But why are they still holding on to that real estate? Because real estate prices, for the most part, appreciate and go up, and their goal at the end to sell the real estate is to sell the real estate at a gain. There's your profit motive right there. Not a year-over-year gain on the actual Schedule E, but a gain on the disposition of the property. Okay. Rental, we're going to talk also about rental or licensing property, commonly controlled trade or business, what we call self-rentals. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about the rental real estate enterprise meeting the IRS Revenue Procedure 2019-38, which is the safe harbor. So we're going to talk about that as well. The Supreme Court, the IRS, and the tax court. We all know that at least two of those courts rule how we treat things. The Supreme Court decisions and the IRS agree on a facts and circumstances determination. There are several Supreme Court cases that have gone from tax court or up through other avenues through the district courts, those kinds of things, that have said that a rising to the level of a trade or business is an individual facts and circumstances argument. As I said earlier, we got to show that the rental real estate rises to the level of a trade or business, which means we got to have a business profit motive, and the activity has to be performed regularly and on a continuous basis. That's it. 3 things. Regular, continuous, profit motive.